I'm a customer, and I kind of like what I see here and the potential. Maybe my use case is slightly different. Maybe I want to get the new project ideas from somewhere else. I don't want to do it for them, whatever. But I get it. I understand the concept. How can I work with Innovative E to get this rolling at my company?
Well, there's some licensing implications. Your screen went away.
Why don't you say why do you say licensing implications? So,
well, like everything else, right? You need to have, so we'll need some Power Apps licenses, some Power BI licenses,
okay,
things like that. I mean, in order to use this, even if to do anything, right? But the best part about that is as soon as you get those licenses for this, those licenses become available to doing anything else you want to do, up to and including extending this to be more tailored to your organization.
Right. But even on those licensing, for most of the users who would be using this from a Teams perspective, they would only have to have the base, like that $10 Power BI or Power Apps Power Platform, right? Or would
you
they
might
even
be able to
have
get
to
away
have that?
with a lot
Just
of them
Teams?
being just Project for the Web. For this particular use case, Project for the Web and Power BI, because the standard user isn't really going to go into the Power App specifically.
Right. Only if you want
and
to
that
like
stuff
that
runs in the
dashboard.
back, right? So you end up with a couple. What we recommend is a service account that's driving all the Power Automates in the background. That would need to be licensed. Your
Right.
portfolio managers are going to need Power App, and they could run around with that with the $10 license, and then your admins would need a full license.
Right. Right.
What about for the issue and risk escalation from the post?
That Flowbot is standard Flow components with Teams.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So cool. it's part of your Teams licensure, well, or your M365 licensure, I should say.
We could have a whole call on Microsoft licensing, but it sounds pretty easy.
That sounds super fun. We could also watch paint dry.
All right, but moreover, and kind of what I was leading the question, if you guys didn't get that before, is Innovative E can help you figure out what your particular use case is. And we've already built this, so we're kind of starting from a certain point instead of building it from scratch. We can institute this in your tenant and talk to you about specifically how you'd want to use the collaborative project management you see inside Teams for your company.
And actually, yeah, I mean, I knew you were leading me. I just wanted to make sure we did mention licensing because it is important.
Which brings up another point, Bryan, to extend on how you can engage is we offer training for Power Platform, and we actually have one around building a solution very similar to this. We also do things like assessments for folks who've done some of their own. We were just on a call earlier today with a customer they've got 5 or 6 Power Apps. They built one part of the way. They need a little bit more. Taking it to the next level, kind of assess the process across the board and make some best practice recommendation, and then enable them to do a lot of the work on their own. So there's all kinds of different ways we can engage with folks to help them out in this kind of space.